Hey, what's good? I'm trying to listen to one of my tarot card readers that I listen to, and she touching on some stuff dealing with dark moon energy, Lilith energy. I ain't no astrologer. I don't know the stars by heart and nothing like that, but I did a little research on it, mostly trying to figure out the discrepancies in my relationships with the people in my family, and just going out from myself. My brother's a Leo, I'm an Aquarius, my mom's an Aries, my dad's a Libra. The dynamic of opposites and all of that stuff, and then figuring out my family. I think I was able to go back to my great great grandmother with her energy and do some googling and looking stuff up when I'm sitting up manic and on one, and up late at night and just trying to use the energy that I have, for creativity, but also for a little bit of research stuff, Aquarius, right? And so she was doing this reading about Gemini, and she said it turned into a collective reading. And I was, the first thing, because you deal with you first, the job I just got fired from, it was like a gaggle. I'm talking about a gaggle of Geminis in there. And the first supervisor I had, he was a Leo, and he said stuff to me like, shoot, you get a blood test. That's my supervisor. We're at work on the clock. You go get a blood test. I'll probably put a baby in you. Just the arrogance, and like it's not putting Leo down or anything like that, or calling them, because I believe that's why they are opposite. They have arrogance and an air about themselves to where if they care about you, all right, try to put a positive spin on it, then everything that they're connected to, they see as an extension of themselves, and they expect it to be just as regal, just as well taken care of as they are. Yeah, they're arrogant, but everything that's attached to them is, it's regal. It's a very regal thing. Just like the sun just came out, and I think the Aquarius arrogance is strongly mental, and it's like the arrogance that all things are regal. The grass is regal, these fucking trees is regal, I'm regal, you regal, do your job. So that's why it comes off a little bit harsh and everything. But anyway, these gaggle of Geminis, the dudes, it's like, and Trump, he a Gemini too, you know what I'm saying? And I chopped it up with some Geminis just like around Sunday dinner and stuff. And this is another thing. The first thing that I found, that looking into astrology, and just basically whenever you become proficient at anything, the first thing that it does is to create a point of separation. You find out what your mastery is, right? Whether you're going to be a master of arts or a master of science, a master of this, and you work to solidify your position in whatever this mastery is. So the first thing it does is to create a division. I thought that was crazy when I first started looking into it, because I'm trying to figure out how to find commonality and how to try to find ways to integrate. But the first thing it did was to create a division. Oh, I'm an Aquarius, I think like this, think like that. Went a little bit further, said, oh, it's a whole birth chart. I have all of these energies at work within me. Oh, I have a strong moon. Oh, my Mars is this. Oh, Aquarius, the sun is in detriment because the sun is, all of it. Like I said, I don't know it all. I just look into it, and sometimes I get so frustrated with just, ugh. Hold, the trash man came. Okay, so exhaustive research is exhausting, because the only constant is change. No matter how much you research something, no matter how much you look into something, things like perfection, expertise, I believe these words to be misnomers. But okay, anyway, like back to the fact that the reason why I'm making this video is because this Gemini reading that one of my tarot card ladies that I listen to turned into a collective reading, having a lot to do with Lilith and the dark moon. It seemed like I was getting like picked on, every little thing I did got nagged at. And even going back to my other supervisor, I actually put in my 2 weeks notice. That was the first time I was ever able to do that. And then when I came down, it was like, I got offered a gig in the same company, but it paid more money. And the first thing the Leo said was,
You're gonna be getting paid more money than me.
And it's like you got the same opportunity I got. I had the license that I needed before, and I lost it because I didn't pay to keep it up. I had to go back, reapply, get the material, study, failed the test, studied again, failed one part of it, had to come back. I still had to go through the same thing. So it's not, people had this ideology like, you doing more, you doing better, you doing this. I did it before and still had to go and relearn and test and take it again. And it's like, for all this thing, all of this energy and this fucked up ass attitude that you got towards anybody that's doing something, all you got to do is apply that energy to doing it, and you can get it done too. What's I don't understand. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Left, was gone 2 days. Then the head Gemini called and said, "Ooh, we got 40 hours for you." Okay, come back. The old supervisor bumped me in the hallway. I'm like, nope, we cool, don't even trip. So it's not about a snarl like people think, well, you have to ignore people's words. You don't understand how physical this world is, especially depending on what paradigm and what dynamic, what neighborhood, what nation you're a part of. Anyway, so I'm in this new department under the gaggle of Geminis. The head Gemini, the two, I'm going to call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum, these Geminis, they really have no power. And it's got everything to do with the mentality of racism and the fact that these Tweedledee and Tweedledums are black, and the head Tweedledee, Tweedledum within one person is white, and this whole Southern thing, or this American ideology, or just worldwide ideology that white people, keep black people down, or people in power keep people that are less than them under their thumb. And it's not a theory. It is what it is, but it's not like that all the time. That's where I'm striving to get to, not automatically thinking that because a person happens to be white and they piss me off, it's some cracker shit. No, it's a lot more going on inside of them than just the fact that we're in the South, I'm black, and they're white. It might be surface level, that's Gemini stuff. Gemini doesn't go deep. Gemini is information. See how close it is to the sun? It just swirl around, swirl around, swirl around. It's information. It's hot. It has no atmosphere. Libra goes out and it tries to see, you know, the sides of the information. Let's investigate it more. Aquarius goes in and tries to rarefy the information, to expound upon the categories and the stiff, rigid things that Capricorn put in place, right? Because you always got to throw Capricorn in there because they are the system, right? They put these systematic things. That's Capricorn energy all day, right? So all of this drama, all of this drama, all of this drama. And it's like, you know what? Matter of fact, I go in there the day that he told me that he wouldn't be needing my services because of all the stuff that was going on, which, like I said, yeah, I'm not going to automatically say that they tried to set me up or anything like that. I feel that way, but at the same time, I already know that my mom is an Aries, I'm an Aquarius, and if I feel bumped, I'm bumping back. Ain't gonna be no hashtag me too. It's gonna be hashtag you first. And I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to work on it and not be so reactive. I'm trying, so I can't say it was all them, because bump me and I bump you back. So gotta get past that. But it's just, I went in there, got my stuff together, and right when he could see me out the window, halfway out the parking lot, oh yeah, come back real quick. So it's like, okay, two people said, just this whole stuff, people writing statements and all this other crap, just some weird stuff. And I'll go off on him. So this is the whole point. I'm going a long way around because my daddy is a Libra. Oh my God, I try to get to a point. My dad don't care nothing about a point. He don't give a damn about a point, but I'm going to try to get there. I went off on him. That's the whole thing. I was trying to get past this whole thing where, a ending, a breakup, a dismissal, a termination, a firing, a death. Doesn't have to be this traumatic event. I was praying about that last night because it seems like the world is going through a phase where a lot of us won't be going over to the other side or making it to the other side of whatever this is that's going on in the world that's affecting everything from the deepest point of the ocean to the furthest of the known universe. It's got it is so beyond us and our petty little shit. And I know why the world doesn't cover it like that, or media doesn't cover it like that, because my God, it's a lot to think about. But what I said to the Gemini, back on point, I said, you a bitch and your mama a bitch. And all you fuck with is bitches. And that's all you ever gonna be is a bitch. Because I was upset and I had a very bad reaction because, like I said, I was already feeling set up and, manipulated and all this other stuff. And then when I got home, I told myself, you was telling yourself the whole time you knew what was coming. You done had this conversation with yourself before. I think I actually posted it on YouTube before. Like, even though we know what's coming, we can feel it. Why do we still have a reaction like, oh my God, it's shocking? So, I don't know if that's something that you can control, or if you just, you go through it so that you can help somebody else through it so they won't feel like they're losing their mind or something like that. But I thought about it. I was like, nah, he ain't no bitch because his mama a bitch. He probably a bitch because he didn't have no daddy. And that's a whole different thing. That opens up a whole nother world of why a man would have such feminine tendencies, because he didn't have a masculine man around him. Even if he had a man around him, did he have feminine tendencies? Did he argue? Did he gossip? Did he fuss? Did he bitch? Did he nag? All of these, like she said, Dark Lilith, the things that they attribute to the negative female energy. That's what was going on. That's why I say these gaggle of Geminis. They bitch, they complain, they piss, they moan, they nag, but they look around the corner to see if anybody's looking, and they say it like this right here because, skin folk, and I'm like, dude, I live out loud. Everything I say out loud. I probably should learn to do better than that, but I don't, because I'd rather be myself. I couldn't imagine having to deal with 13, 14 different personalities, and that's what happens. And it's, I would rather go through the trauma of, losing something, a death, a firing, a termination, whatever, than to stay in a place where I feel every day this tension. Every day this tension, like, oh my God, it's so much tension. And that's what it was. It was so tense. But I spoke wrong. Dude, mom probably wasn't no bitch, man. She probably did the best she could. He probably didn't have no strong male influence in his life that taught him the attributes of perseverance. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Masculine influence can come from its strength. So even our wording, just the dark being bad and the light being good, and the man being strong and the woman being nurturing, that's why it seems insurmountable. It seems impossible to change a mentality, to have that mentality influence our linguistics, for our linguistics to go out and be spoken, because life and death are in the power of the tongue. Is so much that would have to change. It's just, it's a lot of work. And everybody ain't down with doing a lot of work. But that's what I got from dude's just interaction. When I went home and I calmed down, I was like, nah, he probably just was around bitchy people. Whether his mama was bitchy, his daddy was bitchy, he hang around bitchy, pissy, moaning and complaining as people. You come in the room and you see that it's fucked up from top to bottom, and it's your job to clean it up. I mean, yeah, it's fucked up that it's your job, you gotta clean it up, but goddamn, get to it, clean it up, and if you don't have the cognitive ability, no matter what, like, that was some of the bitchiness that was going on in there. And when he got a degree and he doing this and he doing that and this, that, and the third, but it don't matter what piece of paper you have at home if you can't sit down between three individuals and write down a concise list of rules to govern your staff by, so that we won't have liability and you won't have liability, and you are content just to throw out verbal commands, a separate command to each person on your crew, knowing that it's causing chaos and turmoil. Either you are an actual devil and a demon and you enjoy confusion. The enemy cometh but to kill, steal, and destroy, the author of confusion. If you grew up down south like me, these are attributes of the devil. Just keeping up confusion. The best way to stop confusion is to, introduce a little Capricorn in your life. It ain't got to say that these rules are written in blood and you sign an oath and sold your soul away. It's just some nice guidelines by which to carry yourself to lessen liability. And they wasn't down with none of that. No, they ain't gonna write nothing down. But I tell you what they did write down. This gaggle of Geminis before I get down up out of here. The hierarchy. Who's above whom, who outranks whom, and at the end of the day, who's in charge. You could be in charge, but you don't know how to delegate. You don't. That's what I'm saying. It's just weird. It's just weird. And all I could do is come from where I'm coming from. I don't respect you if you can't do what I do. Not the fact that you get paid too much to do what I do, but if you my supervisor and you got to ask me how to do your job, baby, I mean, I can come to work, but you want me to respect you? That's going to be a problem. And that's the problem we have in the world. You have leadership that wouldn't know how to fix a problem because they don't deal with problems. Because the way they deal with problems is to put another facade on top of it. The foundation of the world is cracking and crumbling to bits. Put a facade on top of it. Put some makeup on your face. Do something to your hair. Go get your nails done. Beautify yourself. Make some more money. No. The reason why I'm stressed out is because the world is crumbling and crackling and crumbling. Oh, no. Well, see, what we need is, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. But I'm going to have to go back and listen to the rest of it because she touching on some real good stuff, but it's just what it is. And I had been feeling some type of way because that is one thing that's supposed to be off limits in the hood. You don't talk about nobody mama unless, what you aiming to do is hurt them and hurt them bad. But they ain't got nothing to do with his mama. He's just a bitchy, catty, ridiculous person surrounded by bitchy, catty, ridiculous people. And it was my fault for not, I recognized it, so all I had to do was be bitchy, be catty, and look around the corner and see who was listening and just follow suit. And I could have just been there for the rest of my life around these bitchy, catty, ridiculous ass people and, just, get with the program. So, I don't fucking know, man. Shit weird. But it's, if everywhere you go, it's gonna always be somebody there that just, wants to see you fail, then I'm telling you, I make certain decisions. I'm like, oh, well, that's the way the world is. Burn it down, Lord. That's the way the world always have been throughout all literature, throughout all time. These same tropes, these same archetypes, which is what tarot cards are, these same actors and actresses and the movies and the dramas they play out in our life, it's always been the same thing. It's never going to be anything different, even if we upload our consciousness into an infallible, indestructible thing, there's still going to be this drama. I'll pass. You be easy. Later.